Anthony Beckford. I am the president of Black Lives Matter Brooklyn. We've been on these streets for going on 3 weeks straight now, going very hard for the murder that happened to George Floyd. But we also have been in the streets for the longest time now, for decades, due to the injustice against our people in our communities. When things happen to people like Amy Cooper, with the acts that she committed, you have to look at the fact of when it all started. Christian Cooper, who's the victim of that crime, could have been the next Emmett Till. Just a few years ago, we had Corner Store Caroline, further up on Flatbush,
talk about it,
who almost had an 8-year-old child, brutalized and murdered by the police because she wanted to weaponize 911.
You hit her with a backpack.
When we look at these type of things, we have to stop catering to the privilege and entitlement.
Talk about it.
We have to stop catering to those who didn't have our best belief going forward.
Correct. On it. Talk about it.
We have to cater to those who are the ones who are the true victims of these crimes. Because if an officer showed up and did not recognize Jesse Hamilton, he would have been brutalized or murdered. Because you see, those are the two outcomes when it comes to you being a black man in America. Same thing could have happened to Christian Cooper when Amy Cooper called the police.
That's right.
And specifically laid out the details of her plans before she called them.
Right.
That right there is even premeditated murder in my eyes. But what happens? She got her dog back and no accountability whatsoever. Yet the NYPD say we have bigger fish to fry. The bigger fish was then brutalizing black young youth in East New York, in East Flatbush and in Flatbush for not social distancing. There is no justice when it comes to legislation that is watered down and does not address and hold accountability and enforce accountability upon those who are trying to weaponize, brutalize, and extinguish our lives. At the end of the day, anybody who puts any watered down legislation is not adhering to the demands of the people and is not adhering to the demands of the movement.
That's right.
Whether you're in local politics or whether you're in the state or even when you're federal, we the people have had enough. We have had enough. And my words today is to let them know that we will start putting your feet to the fire when you choose to not uphold to the rights of the people, when you choose to not hold accountability for our lives. Because at the end of the day, the reason we say Black Lives Matter is because you determined that we don't matter in the first place.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!